As of last session, the party had defeated the Left Ear Asshole Gang.
Is that canon now?
Is that their official name?
It's gotta be canon.
They didn't ever get the chance to say their name or anything. So
I mean, they're kind of, undead-ish, so they don't really do much in the way of talking.
Alright, Left Your Asshole Game it is.
Yeah. Until I hear differently, that's their name.
Yeah. For now, they are the Left Ear Asshole Gang. But they have been defeated, and when you raided their base of operations, their warehouse, you had found a chained-up woman and brought her out. Now needing to decide what to do next, the party split up, because, it's always smart to split the party.
Yeah, can we not do that today? Except for me.
Yeah, it's worked out for
Have
us
we
so
split
far.
the party almost every session at this point?
Just about, and you're still split technically right now. Because Vulas is not a party.
Screw the rules.
Hey, nobody's died yet.
Not for lack of trying.
We got close a couple times.
But Vulas and Seren went back to the temples with Arok to make good on their deal with the Temple of Bahamut. And through a ritual conducted by General Drakel, Ambassador Drakel himself, onto Vulas, they attempted to remove his cursed armor. Unfortunately, the ritual failed, as Vulas still has his armor on him. However, Vulas kept a scroll he found in the Left Ear Asshole Gang's warehouse. A remove curse scroll that he did not cast upon himself, but rather on Seren to remove her blueness.
But she liked her blueness.
After this... She might be. After this, Vulas went off to the dwarven districts of the city to try and find members of Gon's clergy to seek out and gain aid from his own church. Ephraim, on the other hand, decided to wait on the docks for his brother, whom never arrived. So, having waited for well into the late afternoon, Ephraim set out to the library where he did some study, then ventured into the dwarf district and obtained a new scimitar. Wasn't it a scimitar? Mm-hmm. Ephraim obtained a new scimitar from a Duergar named Dunbar. Then returned home about the same time as the rest of the party. Then there was Gavyn and Ryker.
I love how you intro it like that.
Left alone with Rynn and Maul. As
Reluctant shopping.
what became a trip to find Rynn a home and safe haven into a long, drawn-out shopping trip.
Like I'm hurting fucking cats.
It says
It was the
backseat.
most schizophrenic shopping episode ever.
Their first
We had good times.
The first shop they went to did not prove very eventful, as Rynn nearly killed the owner of the store.
I forgot about that. Good stuff.
Then, after that, with a lot of arguing going on between Ryker and Gavyn as to where to go next, eventually Ryker let Gavyn win, as Ryker took Gavyn to one of the shops he knows best, a Books, Brews, and Betters. A magical shop that Gavyn quickly realized he did not have the funds to peruse their wares.
I'd like to point out that Ryker specifically said multiple times you couldn't afford it. Anything in there, Pointing that out.
Since
Posterity.
when does Gavyn listen to you?
Maybe he'd do better if he started.
Maybe, but we will never know.
After Gavyn came out, Ryker, Maul, I should say, revealed to Rynn where Ryker was truly taking her, which launched Rynn into an attack on Ryker, launching several flaming spears into his face. However, at this point it was conceded that where they originally intended to go was not the best place for Rynn. So instead they brought her to the apartment.
See, it all worked out.
Getting a headache just remembering all this.
To be fair, as Ephraim, I did tell you all, just bring her back to the apartment.
I still maintain it would have been best if she was over at the
Courthouse.
Listen, they're escorts, okay? No, you make it sound like you make it sound like a truck stop. All right, these are like high class broads. Okay,
High class and broad should never be used in a
high
sentence
class.
together.
Listen, they have discerning tastes. The patrons that go to the
Like
Bleeding Road.
how much gold it's gonna take.
So, as the team tried to settle down for the evening, Vulas found a member of Gon's clergy in the dwarf district by the name of Dunmar. Just so happened to be the same Duragar that helped Ephraim earlier that day. Dunmar challenged Vulas to a drinking contest to prove how much of a dwarf son he really is. They both went down at the same time, but Vulas was the first to awaken, making him the victor. But at the house, Seren, meanwhile, realized that Rynn still did not have adequate clothing, so left the house
That's right.
to then go to another fanciful place where she then proceeded to take one of the patrons, knock her out, and steal her clothes.
No, it was one of the workers. It was one of the. It was one of the
I
workers.
confused the words. Didn't mean patron, but one of the service women knocked her out and took her clothes
And completely
So that's what it is.
overpaid for
everything.
Oh,
Rynn now has a good set of clothes, finally, if not a bit.
well, yeah,
So
and a bit sweaty, probably.
But it was then, as the night truly started to come to a close, that a banging on Ephraim's door rang through the apartment when Viega, the dockmaster, came barging in with news of a attack on Ephraim's brother's ship. That's where we left off.
Is Viega still at the apartment, or is
Yeah.
she sleeping on our couch, or
No, she's right there. Nobody's actually gone to sleep yet.
oh,
You were about to when this happened. And also for the audience, Kayla is not here tonight. She is off with her friends, so Seren will be controlled by Brandon.
okay.
Woo! So, but she is sitting there on your couch with the flag.
So I imagine Ephraim, initially he's sort of he's kind of taken back. How much wreckage was washed up?
Well, your brother's ship, the Stego, is massive. I would say enough to be half of a cutter.
Did it arrive?
late this afternoon into the evening.
What are the tides like right now? How long would it take for something to wash ashore from out on the seas?
It's hard to tell exactly where this might have come from, but tides at this time of the year, they're coming in from the northeast.
So if it goes with the current, then presumably something happened up north.
It's up north.
Crossroads up north?
No, they are west.
Oh, okay.
They're inland.
I don't know of any like other big port city other than Vale.
Vale is the biggest right now.
Yeah, I don't know of any other big port city. What would he be up there for?
I know anything. Up there, generally nothing of note up north.
Unless he's going like all the way around to the desert or something.
Yeah, that would be about it.
Do we know like any shipping lanes? I mean, we could ask your mom maybe.
But he would have to be further out into the ocean, away from the lanes.
Almost like he was going away from.
Right.
So, Ryker will ask Diego, your logs, does it say where his trading logs, does it say where his destination?
Not on the Stego. The Stego this was supposed to be its next stop. It's the last location from what we supposedly know would have been Kosa? Kosa? I don't know how to pronounce your fancy island names.
It's coming from Kosa. Kosa's not the middle one, is it? No.
No, it's a smaller one.
Right.
Smaller one on the western
It's
side.
the western one.
They're not one of the three bigs. They're one of the smaller ones that aren't even on the map.
I thought the Isles were south of.
They
like
are
straight
southeast.
east. Yeah, they're like
okay.
mostly east.
Mostly east, but a bit south. Yeah.
Interesting.
Kosa is one of the most western of the Hesperian Isles.
So how?
That's north.
I know you said it's late, but how late are we talking?
It's about 10 in the evening.
Well, do you think your mother knows?
You're there.
Depends on which way the tides took the wreckage.
Diego, would you like something to drink?
Oh, most certainly.
Okay. Right. One more second. So I will go into Ryker's. Ryker will go into his room and take out some of the keeps a little stash of fire whiskey. Because Ephraim usually tends to drink anything that isn't hidden, and so he will take out his private stash and he will pour a little bit into small glasses and hand them to everybody, and I'll just give Diego the bottle.
Rynn downs hers quickly. You are here, so you get a glass as well.
Yeah, everybody.
Everyone but Vulas is here right now.
Yeah.
As
I thought I had gone to bed. Did I stay up?
There's no
Apparently not.
room. Technically, it would be in the living room, and that's where everyone is
There's
right
all
now.
Okay.
What? 4
So-
rooms.
All right, then I'm
They're
up.
in your room.
Then I'm up. All right.
Wow. Have we alerted? Has the city been notified? Has the captains? I mean, who
Yes.
else knows?
City guard, all the captains, all the traders have all been notified. You were the last one to be told.
So what happens now? You said the docks go into lockdown. Besides that, what happens?
Basically, the merchants will be too scared to leave, and that's not going to be good for anything. We won't send our goods out, and we won't get any goods back in.
So someone has to take care of this problem.
Unless they come in from the land.
So
Which is not my area.
maybe we should invest in caravans at the moment.
That would be a smart move if you were
Be a
merchants.
golden opportunity, perhaps. But that's different. Neither here nor there. Right.
more inland nature. Have you noticed any of the other ambassadors acting strange?
I don't deal with them. You're the
That's
only one I
fair.
deal with.
Acting strange. You know the nature of the Isles. Sure, we guess it's opportunity.
But well, I have nothing to add. I have nothing to add.
I have a letter to write.
I have things to do. Things to do. Good night, everyone. I shall see you in the morning.
I'm going to. Would you care for a night stroll?
Sure.
Going to send a raven, and I'd rather not. Just in case. Rather not go alone.
And if you won't have any more need of me, if she's still holding the bottle, and she leaves.
Enjoy his whiskey.
You left it with her.
That's not fair. That's
Left it with her.
That's rude. That is not very nice of you.
Ephraim's more focused on
Not very.
letter stuff.
It's not very guesty.
So
guest-like.
Ephraim's going to write the letter and then head out.
Okay.
I'm assuming
Gavyn will
Sarah
go
would
with him.
probably offer.
Yeah, I would imagine she would.
From what I remember, I already typed up
Well-
the letter I sent to the Ravens for you, right?
Who are we leaving with Rynn?
Yes.
Shit.
I know she's asleep.
No, she's not.
She's not yet.
Okay, so who are we leaving with Rynn?
We're gonna have to sleep somewhere.
Maul is Maul.
No, he
still-
left
Oh,
before Viega came in.
right.
We'll leave Sarah with her.
Good call.
Perfect.
She'd kill me if she died.
Check it. So,
She's all like, "Oh yeah, I'll take care of her, and it'll be all fine."
Spot on.
is that your Seren voice?
Yes, that's my Seren voice.
Okay.
Look at me, I'm all beautiful and like Nomi.
Halfling.
Halfling.
Halfling, get it right.
I'm all like halfling and
Yeah,
stuff.
she-
Watch me halfling.
She's not gonna watch this.
None of this happened.
But, so, we'll start with the group heading off to the Ravens. So,
I'd imagine I'd know my way.
yeah, you would imagine you would. It is getting late, and
I have a javelin with me as my hammer's at the shop.
right. It is getting late, and excuse me. Guard activity is kind of it grows into the night, obviously, because that would be when vandals would want to head out. And occasionally, you are stopped by the guards, but presenting your status, I would imagine, would get you past them easily enough. Till eventually you do arrive to the place where ravens, pigeons, messenger birds are all kept.
So I select appropriate to send the letter to my mother to alert her that pieces of the stego had washed on.
Do you want to write out the full letter, or
I can write it up in the Discord.
Okay.
But yeah, I write it out. And send
So,
it.
was the Braum one of the ships?
yeah, that was the first ship.
Okay, because that's the ship you told us last week.
Braun?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't matter. We just need to. I just don't know which one.
We'll go with the Stego for now. Yeah.
Okay.
The Braun is the cutter. It's a
Right.
quicker ship. It should
Right.
easily be able to escape anything if it was the one.
Okay.
So,
So we're saying it's the Stego and not the Braum.
Right.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So yes, I did send a. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, just letting them know, telling her to be on alert.
And the raven is sent off into the night, though you quickly lose it with its black sheen mixing with the night sky. As you venture back, you find when you come home. Well, we'll just say you come home for now, as we move on to Ryker.
Oh, I was gonna have a conversation on the way home.
Oh, go ahead and have your conversation.
So as we're walking back, very awkwardly. So how you doing? What? What did I?
So the audience can't tell because it was pretty quiet for the mic. Scott was just letting air escape his clenched teeth.
No, that's my shit. That's my shit face.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry, continue.
Honestly, I'm a bit worried. Not about drop necessarily, but our safety.
I'm not worried about your brother.
it's not really his
I thought
brother.
it was brother.
I mean, you keep saying it's his
he's
brother.
my
He's not
half-brother.
really his brother.
His half brother, and there's no love lost between us. However, I am worried that she said this or whatever. I suspect whether it had anything to do with this Dread Pirates or not, this would be a deal time in another house to. And that means, potentially my safety being at risk as well as potentially those associated.
Good thing nobody knows about me.
Oh,
Right.
you know we've got your back as long as we're here. And only other thing I can say is when it comes to your brother, I don't know what happened between you two. But as someone who's lost family, if this doesn't go the worst way it could possibly go, you may want to consider reconciliation. Just leave it at that. And keep walking.
So, Ryker, what are you doing? Where are you going? You've just darted to your room.
So first thing he'll do is he'll go to the Raven drops, and he will have two messages. One, basically documenting what I wrote to you. One, documenting, updating them about the Stego and the going down to presumably this pirate Roberts. At least his calling card was left, as well as a general update as far as the city is essentially not going on lockdown per se, but at least the docks are in a lot of ways. He'd also give him an update on the gang and our exploits. He'd probably leave out everybody else and just say he was able to take care of it. And
Right, not give details, but say the job's done.
yeah, job was done. Wouldn't say anything about Rynn, but just say, hey, there was this problem. This is what was causing it. Describe the spider sphinx lady. I forget what she was.
Spider snake thing.
Spider snake thing. Describe her. Describe what we found, like what he found down below with like this weird ritual thing. He doesn't have a clue what it is, but maybe somebody in the Ravens does. But he would let him know about that, and then he would either in the same message or in a separate message, he would ask them for funds for Nolith, and document, and write it out specifically, and I sent that to you. But just make sure that those two missives are sent. And so that would be his first stop, and then his second stop would be to go to the jug, I think, because he's got to let everybody know in the order happened.
After you made the drops, and on your way to the jug, even before the drops, you felt always something watching you, and maybe following you.
That's a 20. That's a lot. I got a natural 20 on my perception check.
Yeah.
Like a million.
Yeah, I'm just saying because we already did rolls back in the previous chat. I'm basically going over before.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I didn't get a natural 20. Fine.
Yeah, you did back in the last one.
Okay.
But you.
Well, I thought that we were starting the session from here, which is why I was going.
We're
over
just catching up to where we left off in Discord.
Ah, okay.
But
sure.
you felt like you were being watched, so you take the longer route to get to the jug. You dart through streets. And when you think you finally have lost whatever is following you or tailing you, that's when you finally make your way to the jug.
Okay.
So, sitting in the jug, the lights are out, save for one on a table. You see Asgore, the owner of the jug there. Beside him is Nolith, the petite, redhead escort, friend of yours. Then beside her is Jacob, whom you met briefly and on occasion, who has taken on basically the leader of the beggars, the downtrodden, with a veil. And then beside him is a Weasley-looking man who you've never met. Asgore turns to you when you enter and he says, "Ah, you're finally here. Well, come. We've been waiting. What took you?"
Well, you've heard about that nasty business down at the docks, I'm assuming.
Yes, that's why we are gathered.
I happen to know the man whose house owns that ship. So we were dealing with the fallout from that for a moment. Apologies for my lateness. Also, watch your backs. I feel like I had to lose a tail on my way here.
Really?
Yes.
Well, we shall be quick then in our discussions.
In fact, Jacob, would you mind sending a couple of lookers for us, just to keep tabs on the place, yeah?
There's no one here aside from us. That was part of the missive, or rather the agreement when we gathered.
Right, fair enough. So, if you haven't heard already,
We need to choose a new leader, Squirrely Man says. So who's it gonna be?
I don't know. Right now, Edna was a very, very close. He was a man I trusted. I don't trust very easily. Not to say I don't trust the likes of you, but I worry about putting too much power or responsibility in the hands of one after what has transpired. I do not want to put a target on anyone's back
Yeah, and no one had the same vision that Ednar had, or the same respect.
Precisely. Well, hopefully I can take that.
I barely know you halfway to Tuesday. Or Turdas.
Who are you? Again? I feel like I should know, but
Oh,
I
so,
don't.
so you're telling me that Ednar never told you about me?
Did Ednar never tell him
Oh,
about me?
you know about Cirrus. Remember all the information I gave you on each one?
Yeah. Remember?
I'll pull it up over here.
Oh, he's the thieves. He's the thieves guild, right?
Yeah.
Cirrus, however, it talks about the thieves guild, but it doesn't say what Cirrus. So is Cirrus like one? So he's part of one of the guilds. We just don't know which one.
Right.
Okay. Got it. Yes, Cirrus. Well, we haven't had much need for each other just yet, but I'm sure we can come to some sort of arrangement where we have some mutually aligning goals. Ask anybody else here at the table. I am not unfair, I am not unjust, and potentially together we can do some good around here, or at least make some money.
That's why I'm here.
Exactly. So, for right now, everyone keep your heads low. Don't cause too much of a fuss. Keep your eyes open. Jacob, if you wouldn't mind, keep the watchers out, and
The boys will run.
boys will run, and if anything needs doing, come to me and we'll sort it out. Now, Asgore, I have need of you.
Oh, what's that, son?
I have the feeling that the nobility is going to be restless in the coming days and weeks.
For what reason? They don't grow restless just because the ports become locked. They usually revel in it, in fact, letting the smaller folk suffer.
Right, well, one in particular then, I forget, Nykar. Nykar?
Ah, yes. I would not call him noble, but yes, I know of him.
Yes, he is someone who we have quite a bit of. He's not a very nice person, and we're going to fix that.
Oh, really?
And what I think is we're going to need some influence with the higher-ups. And so far, I don't have that. We don't have that. But you, my friend, I think with your connections, we could at least make some inroads into people with influence.
Nikar and I do walk in similar circles, as Asgore is stroking his golden goatee at this. Yes, I would be willing to help out if I can. Though, obviously, we must remember my name cannot be involved in any illegal dealings.
I would not want you to fall into the wrong hands, my friends. Make no mistake that I like you exactly where you are, doing exactly what you're doing. You are there for a reason, and you are good at what you do. Why I'm entrusting this to you.
What do you need, then?
When the time comes, I need the influencers of this city to side with us, and not with Nykar.
Interesting. Just what are you planning? Probably better I don't know just yet.
That is what I require. Whatever help, whatever aid I can give you personally, whatever aid this group, whether Jacob can suss out some secrets or blackmail, whatever you have to do, whether it be as legal and above board as you can make it. That is
what
what
I'm
we
good
require.
at.
Precisely. Nolith, Jacob, here is, again, Nykar is our primary targets. There's
Make me a
anything.
perception check now.
So that's a 19 plus. So 20.
You hear something shift in the back bar.
Is there anyone else here?
No, it should just be us. My staff has been given the night off.
All right, can I do a stealth check, or can I just,
Yeah, go ahead and go stealth.
stealth. 16.
So, yeah. Where are you going?
I would motion to Cirrus and Jacob, and give them and point to where I heard the noise, and I would motion to Nolith and Asgore to get down.
Okay. Jacob doesn't look built well. He is.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows how to. He's knife in the back or shit.
He's more of a. He's a pretty simple looking guy. He does not look
unassuming.
Unassuming.
Okay, I just figured if he's a man of the streets, he's probably been in a few knife fights in his day.
He's very
what I was
unassuming.
Okay.
Very
That's his camouflage. Got it.
He camouflages well.
Okay, well then Cirrus then.
Yeah, Cirrus has already pulled out a dagger.
All right.
And he's like,
all right. So I would go over to at least try and sneak over.
You and Cirrus flank the bar.
Is it coming from behind the bar?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So, as you make me another perception check.
Natural 20.
You look. There's nothing behind the bar. There's something off. You hear a faint hint of breath.
Can I, out of my pouch, grab some ball bearings and throw it along the bar?
And as you do, they hit something before they hit the wall. And bounce back.
I jump it. Whatever it is, I jump it.
As this is going on, go ahead and roll initiative.
Sweet! 27.
Okay. You're more than likely going first. Yep.
Fucking
So
hope so.
10. Go ahead.
Am I rolling for Cirrus as well, or do you want?
No worries about him at the moment. Go ahead and roll me a. Are you attacking it? Or are you grappling it? What are you doing?
I just wanted to tackle it. I wasn't trying to kill it.
Roll me a grapple check. So that's a strength check.
Okay. Well, in that case, shit.
Strength athletics, if that's
No. So 13.
13.
Yeah. I could use my cat's claws, or something, but it's okay.
As you are about to pounce, you feel feet impact your stomach and push you back. As you are now standing over it, as Cirrus comes jumping on the counter and he's looking and he's like, "There's nothing there," so he's not sure exactly what yet to do. When 3 familiar rays of flame
son of a bitch
shoot out at you as invisibility dissipates around Rynn. That's gonna hit. That's gonna hit. That's a nat one, so that one does not hit.
Ow.
Oops.
Gonna have to talk with Seren when I get back.
Double check the dice on these. There we are. 2d6 per.
She is a blast.
She's something. 17 damage to you.
Ow! Ow!
And she's just standing up now as Sirius is like, "Do I get her?" And he just says, "Fuck it," and
Hold it! Like, tell him to stop.
Okay, he's stopping. He's just about to hit her in the spine when you tell him to stop.
Hold! Oh. Rynn, what are you doing here?
She responds back in Undercommon again. It's like, just Valu does.
Do any of you speak Undercommon?
They all look to each other.
Oh, this is so frustrating.
She looks to Asgore as a painful language escapes her mouth.
Is it Infernal?
Yeah.
Hey, I can speak Infernal!
So she
Wait,
is saying,
she could speak Infernal?
yes. You never tested it.
Alright, that's fine. Cool. Alright.
As you recognize, she's
Son of a bitch! Okay, keep going.
She
Sorry.
is saying to Asgore, not realizing yet what you speak, he left the house. I was wondering where he was going.
You could have just asked! In Infernal. I will scream that at her.
But you were going to take me to a whorehouse first, so I'm not generally going to go anywhere with you.
You left the house.
Because I wanted to know what you were doing because you looked like you were going to have some fun. Turns out it was interesting. Who's Ednar?
So he will dramatically and with a huge sigh just like make a huge show of like dusting off his fur, his like singed
And your
fur.
cloak is at least repaired again. I do like that cloak. Who is this? Nolith is asking.
This is a pain in my ass.
In Infernal?
Yeah, okay. Same here, pal.
No, I said that in common.
Oh, no, she understood you and referred back to you in Infernal.
No, I said she's a pain in my ass in common.
Yeah, she's responding to you in Infernal, having understood what you said.
Oh. Alright, this bitch is gonna die.
Magic can do so many wonderful things. But it can't fully bridge the gap between language.
This is a new friend who we found. She has been... well, she has been following us while we figure out what to do with her. She has no people here. In fact, don't think she has any people anywhere. I was gonna have her come and say hi to you, Noah, but she... Don't tell her what you do.
I'm sorry, honey. And she says in Infernal to Nolith. But Nolith just kind of backs away, just not sure how to take what was said because she doesn't understand.
Rynn, this is a very important meeting. I will, if you must know, I will explain it to you back at the apartments. But right now, important things are happening, and I do not have time to deal with you burning me every hour.
Well, you shouldn't attack me.
Rynn, I will make it plain. If you don't want people to attack you, you don't sneak, and you don't hide, and you don't remain invisible and eavesdrop on their secret meetings.
But that's what the surface is like.
That's what this surface is like, yes.
What do you mean, this surface?
The
Now,
one I
you
dwell
have
in.
more important things to do. I'm just going to stay back here. He has some fine selection of ales.
He's such a troll.
So I will swipe a middling ale, like small cask off the
Mid what?
just a middling cask of ale off the.
She is already wandering past and looking at the whiskey.
Fine. So let her grab a thing of whiskey and we're like, Asgore, are there any rooms that I can stow her in for a minute?
Yeah, we have a few upstairs that she can be in.
Rynn, pick one bottle and let's go.
She picks a bottle.
And so I will try and show her into a room and say, stay here, please. I will explain things to you later.
I'm not leaving your side. You may be one I do not like, but you're still one of the ones that saved me. And I'm grateful.
You're grateful? You just burned my tail off almost.
I prepared your coats. If I could kill you, I would, but I'm not a cleric.
Right. Rynn, we're going to have a talk about personal boundaries after we're done here, but now is not the time. Please, if you must come down, remain silent and repeat not a word. Are we clear?
Yes.
Look at me and tell me that you understand.
I understand.
I'm trying to go back downstairs.
Okay.
So I will be not as candid as I was before, but he will turn to Nolith and say, my dear, I need you to go talk to the girls. I need you to make contacts with maybe the madames to see if we can't skin this cat a different way.
What do you mean?
I need to know what he likes, and I need to know when he is vulnerable. I need to know where his weaknesses lie. I need to know what he says to try to impress the ladies when he beds them.
I can get that for you. But I still have one question. What happened to Edna? We don't have any details.
Rynn, what happened to Edna?
They all turn to her as their gazes now turn to Blair's. Which one was Edna? She was asking.
It was the gnome that we took with us.
Only he will understand me, you know that. Pointing to Asgore.
When she can't speak common, she can just understand it.
Yeah, comprehend languages.
Ah, all right. Well, how about you tell me then?
As I said, he lasted the longest.
What did they do?
And you watch as, again, any time you try to talk to her before meeting her, her eyes glaze over, and she just shuts down.
Rynn was there when Ednar died. He was taken by the gang without their ears that I'm sure some of you have seen, some of you more intimately than others. That gang, well, I'll be frank, they tortured him. For what reason, I do not know yet. And he died. And I couldn't save him. He died last night.
No, imitating.
Yeah, last night or the day before, but I do not have a good answer. I don't have all the answers just yet, but I believe you. Believe me when I tell you that I will get them, and vengeance will be ours. Because we protect our own. And Ednar was one of us.
He was top of us. If he could be taken, how do we know this whole thing is going to even work? If just some left ear assholes could take him out of the blue, how do we know the gods or someone with actual power can't? This is Cyrus, obviously.
From what I understand, this wasn't just some random gang. There was intent behind it. There was some supernatural being, monstrosity behind it. It's a Naogi. I have no idea what that is, but rest assured, this was no mere pack of cutthroats. Keep doing what you're doing. The gods have no reason to care about us. They have no reason to care about us up till now.
We still need a point man, because it's clear you are not going to be it. And you like hiding in the shadows. I mean, I can't blame you. So, who's going to be the points man?
Why can't you talk to me, Cirrus?
Something I don't like about you, but right now I'm dealing with my own set of troubles that if you were more willing to help with, I might be more willing to trust you.
Write down your grievances. I'll see if I can do anything. But right now, the
Why not Nolith? Jacob was saying. That could be interesting, but you have my debts I still need to pay. How much is that? Roughly 160-ish gold? I could pay that off. Plus, without Ednar here, and I know what Nolith is capable of, she could at least fulfill his role here in the jug. But that I couldn't. It's...
don't like it.
Why not? This is Jacob. Trying to get this distinct. What about it don't you like? Seems to work. She was the first one to be one of us. That's how we found... It was through her we found that Ednar was found, and then Ednar, approached all of us. So why not her?
Because quite frankly, Nolith is too good for the rest of us, and I'm hoping that she can stay that way.
She is blushing right now, as Jacob is... I don't disagree with that, but she is one we all can trust.
You not trust me?
I personally don't know you too well. We've met occasionally, and you've been decent. But I've heard of your methods. I know of certain things. So, no, at the moment I cannot trust you. I like you just fine, boy.
So, like, they okay. So they trusted Ednar, who... So you trusted Ednar, who...
We trusted Ednar, who, at the time, appeared to be the leader. It was only until near his end when we finally started to learn about you. Oh, sorry, this is meant to be Jacob's voice, not Asgore.
Right. If it makes you happy, you talk to Asgore for now until I can earn your trust.
Fine, we can deal with that. Still prefer the Novith plan.
That's not the plan we're going with.
Still, could pay off her debt. And again, like I said, the jug does need a new bard. I know she is quite skilled. And it would be far less demeaning than her current line of work. What do you say? She is just blushing and holding her hand in her face right now, just not able to comprehend this.
What do you say, Nolith? How do you feel about going back to college?
The dream, sir.
I don't know, Asgore. How do you feel about making a little girl's dream come true?
It would be a pleasure. I will speak to the Madame tomorrow morning, before any further patrons arrive.
Right then. Nolith, I'll need to, sounds like I'll need to find a new inside lass down at the docks.
Do I want to see you anymore?
See me just as much as you do now?
She smiles at that.
Jacob, you're going to be busy.
I know. I am fully aware of this.
So as many lookers as we can, if we can, as many new recruits as we can get, you're going to need,
What do you expect me to do? Murder children's parents?
I expect that there will be quite a few more urchins running around in the coming weeks.
We will find them and we will make sure they know they have a home.
That's what you
We
should.
will do. I will do what we must.
I will give him the descriptions of the rest of the party, and say, and have him just have somebody like tail them. So like they have, in case they get, I don't know, captured or, kidnapped or something.
We can keep an eye on them, not to worry.
So far, everyone's hanging out at our apartment, so you should be able to tail them starting there, including this one. Points to Rynn. Make sure she doesn't wander off.
He finally is starting to come back when she first glazed over.
You're going to be very busy, Jacob. I'm going to require a lot from you. Hope you're up to it. I know you can do it. Serious, I'm sure we'll find a use for you. Whatever grievances you have, I'm sure we can work towards it.
Yeah, here. They hand you the note with the instructions.
If I have time, I will do what I can for you. In the meantime, let me know how things are with the guilds. Anything I should know, just keep us abreast.
Yeah.
Tell
it'll be
Asgore. And
top priority.
I have to be getting back now.
Yes.
The people are expecting me. Plus, it's been a long night, and I feel a bit singed.
And it is about this point when you two are getting home. When you arrive home, you do see that Rynn is not in the living room like she should be.
Seren.
Seren, where are you? She's in her bed, sleeping.
Sleep. Sleeping on the job.
Perhaps I should have taken her. Left you here.
Perhaps. I'm gonna go in the other room now.
Okay.
Walk out of where Seren's sleeping and
Oh, you don't even wake her and ask her like where Rynn is?
I do.
he does.
Hey, other me, where's the other one?
So what? On Seren's side of things.
Seren's side of things, her familiar and Rynn's familiar, her little white snake, are coiled together in a corner, which is an odd picture of a weasel-like creature and a snake together, not killing each other. You know that they were with Rynn, sleeping on her coiled like. So Rynn had to uncoil from them to somehow then not awaken Seren. Or her familiar.
So this is what Ephraim knows.
This is what you're seeing right now.
Okay. So I'm going to. So I take get some type of pitcher water, and I just dump it.
What in tarnation?
I'll now let you take over and talk to yourself.
So what the hell, Ephraim? It's your problem. Where's Rynn? I have no idea. She has no idea.
She's like, she should be in the corner. But
Well, gave you one job, you failed at it. Much better at gathering leaves. No more watch duty for you.
Anything helpful?
We just lost the soul shard or whatever.
Oh, she just fell asleep on the job. That's all.
Oh.
No,
and it's now roughly this time when you're coming home. With her in tow, of course.
Don't worry, I found her.
What did you do?
where'd you get?
Oh, I had business to attend to, and Rynn decided that she thought it would be fun to follow and eavesdrop on my super important meetings.
I did try to tell you that we should stay out in the town longer. She's a little cabin feverish.
Who was supposed to keep an eye on her? Who did you leave to... You did leave someone to keep an eye on her, did you not?
That would be
That would have been Seren.
the small one.
Rynn, did you burn Seren?
Why would I? What?
Oh, I don't understand.
She likes to burn everything.
Wait, you speak Infernal?
Yes.
Yes, she speaks Infernal.
Wait, do I speak?
What other languages do you speak?
She starts doing hand signs to you. Goes completely over your head.
Is it Thieves' Cant?
Nope.
Thank God.
Um,
I need something I can talk English.
she
with.
speaks in Undercommon. Is like, I speak Undercommon. Then she starts hissing and growling and like guttural speech that is draconic that you recognize when she talks to them all.
Do you understand orc and orc?
Right now I do. She says in Undercommon.
She doesn't respond.
Excellent. Well, at least we can understand one another.
That's a plus.
Okay, so, quick thing, Rynn. You're a bit of a rarity. As I'm sure you may be aware.
I made her aware.
If someone catches you and takes you, I don't know what has happened to you in the past, but whatever was being done to you in that cavern where we found you, they will likely do to you again.
As you start talking that, she just zones out.
I tried that. She did her thing.
Insight?
I helped.
I don't think you can help it.
I know. You just want to be useful.
This is the first time you've seen her do this, and it's also the first time you've communicated with her. You're not sure why she's doing this. She might be being rude to you.
She did the same thing to me. I think she's traumatized.
How old are you, Rynn?
What year is it?
What year? We say current year.
Insert thing here.
19.
Now, some races that could be very young or very old. Which are you?
Do you even?
I'm but a child to the
That explains
To the others.
everything.
So she's
Does
saying
she-
all this in infernals and stuff.
Yeah, she's saying it in Infernal and switching to Undercommon, and yeah.
Does she?
Oh, so everyone's being translated for.
Does
Yeah, but she is going quiet when she says, after she says, I am child.
Does
And
she?
she starts to glaze over again.
Did we ask?
Check that.
Did we? I forget if we
Why?
asked. I forget.
Yep.
I forget if we asked her if she knew if there were like any others of her or like her family.
You tried, but that was before you bridged the language gap.
Got it. Okay, so I will try and sit her down, and I will give Gavyn the eye of like, "Help keep her calm, you big teddy bear, you." And I will sit her down. I will say, "Rynn, we are trying to help you. Need you to know that. We are trying to help you, and what you are doing is undermining that. Running off by yourself, sneaking up, eavesdropping, these attacking people that are your friends. You cannot do that. Do you understand?"
She is mulling over your words. And she then looks to you in the eyes and says, this is different.
What is different?
You.
Have you not seen a tabaxi before?
No,
Most haven't.
I have.
Oh.
Though they've gone blind and old and frail. Whipped to death. Serpent whips.
Does that mean anything to me, serpent hairs?
Roll a religion check.
Okay. Nope. Absolute 3. Absolute dick all.
Yeah, no. You have
Okay.
no idea what she's doing.
Rynn, please believe me when we are trying to do what we believe is best for you. Please, no more running off. No more fireballs. No more sneaking. No more eavesdropping.
When you say doing what's best for her, she gets lost in thought again. And then just starts to start to freak out. She is.
I'm gonna step in between Ryker and Rynn
Okay?
and just kind of.
She's not like going hostile attacking, freaking out. Like she is clenching herself. She is just trying to just not look at anyone.
Still the same thing, just kind of holding her arm,
Just
saying,
trying to make herself as small as possible.
So that cloak she really likes, I'll like, and I'll hand it to Gavyn.
grab it over my shoulder and put it around her shoulders. Rynn, it's okay.
We are here for you.
And roll me a persuasion with advantage.
What's
Are
that
you asking me or him?
One or the other.
22.
After about 10 minutes of fidgeting, struggling in Gavin's grasp, she starts to calm down again. It's like, Then you just see her look out the kitchen window. She's just like looking upon the lights of the city that are visible from your apartment, and it's seeming to help calm her.
Okay. That note. I think we've done enough soul searching for tonight to get some rest. If this is indeed a house issue, I'm saying this in comment. We need to be on guard, just in case.
I've taken care of that as far as I have taken care of that. At least we'll have warning if anyone comes for us.
Let's.
I'll stay
Also,
up.
what are we doing for announcements?
Yeah, because you didn't get it.
I'll say that in like Celestial, or you speak Celestial, or no? I'll say that in Infernal.
Oh yeah.
I can. You want to do Celestial, Infernal, or Thieves' Cant?
Infernal's the one.
Infernal is the one.
Don't know yet.
But okay.
Part of the reason I suggested we skip town.
Okay. Those things to do in town. Kind of important.
Yeah, that's fair. There's other things to do out of town as well. Like, cure for that.
Oh, where is he?
And as you were saying this, we now
With that segue,
we now open in on the scene with Vulas.
You're welcome.
You are waking up. It is late into the evening now, as you see and hear Dunmar snoring on the ground next to you.
Right. When we left off, I believe I had blanketed him, and
Yeah.
then I was going to prepare to do my divine ritual.
Yeah, your divine
Yeah.
things for the day.
Yeah. So what I wanted to make is like the fanciest great axe that I can. It only costs 30 gold. I can make something worth up to 100. The 2 gems that are in my possession that we had gotten from the gang's hideout, I wanted to like incorporate them into the shaft where you can see them from both sides.
Roll me a forging check. I'd say with the stats of intelligence.
Intelligence.
Or no, wait. What is cleric wisdom?
Yeah, okay, so wisdom plus I've got this.
And I know you should be proficient with it. So yeah, smithing would be it.
So a wisdom roll.
But because it's with your magic and stuff,
Right.
that's why it's getting your wisdom versus like say dex
So wisdom plus
proficiency.
proficiency.
So it's wisdom plus 2.
Right.
You're not level 5 yet.
That's an 18.
So you spend the next hour as you wait for Dunmar to awaken at his forge, hammering away. You bang into the steel. You crack into the iron. You bend the metal, fold it. You shape it as you bring the wonder, as you feel the Lord of all Smiths on you. His divineness, his inspiration divine, flowing through you into this battle axe. As you finally meld the shaft in at its pommel, one of the quartz you were given, a slight rose quartz with a gentle pink hue, and then up at the top where the 2 axe points meet, you've set the next quartz. The other quartz, this time it's more of a smoky quartz, so it's kind of fading into a dark gray throughout it. And then throughout you start bringing your chisel, and the on the hot metal, carving into it with divine filigree, until finally you cool the axe and realize the crafting of it is basically done. It may need a little leather work at the handle, but otherwise it is one solid great axe that is of a master's make. And as this is happening, as that sizzle with the red hot metal meets the water solution, that's when you start to hear the groaning of the Duragar waking up. Cracks his neck. Loud pops coming. He says, "Huh, where did the boy go? What? Yeah, he won."
If I hear him waking up, I'll just holler at him, "Morning, sunshine!"
Oh, you're still here. I see. What, you're using my forge without my permission?
You were passed out.
Oh, if you hurt one of my tools, by the
I'll just hold out the great axe that I just got done making.
And his jaw drops on seeing this great axe. And he's like, and he takes it from your hands as he holds it, looking it up and down. This is a fine weapon, boy. Zenel would be envious of it.
That name sound familiar to me?
That's one of the titles of Gond.
Okay. I happen to be in favor with him.
Fine, boy. I believe you. But I don't have much that I can help you with.
I just need to know where to find his temple.
That's the thing, boy. He's not really welcomely and openly worshipped here in town. You see, Gond isn't really a dwarf god, so he's not allowed within the dwarf pantheon. He is the father of all smiths. He is the wonder bringer. That doesn't make him a dwarf. Doesn't mean dwarves can't worship him. No, he is the father of invention, of creativity. Thus, anyone can worship him, but he doesn't also represent those ideals either.
Do you happen to know where I can find any clerics of his?
We have one priest of his in town, and those that do worship him are allowed to meet and are given a meeting hall within the chapel of Dumathoin on Kerdes every week. But aside from that, he looks up. Tell you what, you give me this axe, I can bring the priest to you later. Still night. Sometime in the middle of the day, morning, next day.
I think I can do that.
Oh, have yourself a deal.
I'll shake his hand. And then I give him my best description of Ryker and Ephraim's place.
Apartment.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with you guys right now.
The less people that know where we live, the better.
It's too bad. It's too late. Well, the priest will be there sometime in the day.
Alright. It's a pleasure, Dunbar.
Come back again. There's still some rough edges, as he notes the blade on the axe is a little dull. Couldn't master everything on it.
Right.
That's
That's the best I could do in an hour's time.
Still impressive work. Almost dwarf-like. And he just gives you a grin.
I'll smile at him.
So, where do you head now?
I would head back to the apartment.
Good. You head... Yeah,
Just a point of order. Just so you know, I was staying up until Rynn fell asleep.
gotcha. You finally get back to the apartment. Oh, it's well past midnight, and you're nowhere near tired. as it's now about 1 or almost 3 in the morning. Everyone is asleep in the apartment. Rynn is in a corner, cuddling up with a snake and the weasel. I know I'll get such hate from Kayla for that. Gavyn is on the couch sleeping, and Seren is in her bed, though it looks like it's been changed slightly. Probably something they did, because there's a puddle underneath water. And Ryker and Ephraim's doors are closed.
Okay. Is the couch like just in the middle of the living room, or is it like up against a wall?
It is not in the middle, but it's facing a fireplace with a table in front of it, like a small coffee table.
But is there a space behind the couch?
Yeah.
Okay, then I would sit with my back up against the back of the couch, and I'd cross my legs, try to sit as comfortably as possible because I'm still in this damn armor.
Yeah.
And since I'm not tired, I would just sit there and pray to myself until everyone else starts to wake.
Okay. As morning does eventually come, who wants to be the first to awaken? Okay. What are you doing now that you're awake? You're in your room. You hear faint mumbles coming off from the living room.
So he'll do the same thing he does every morning. He'll check his windows for any notes. He'll scamper onto the roof and and look around, see if there's anyone trying to be unobtrusive that has been eyeballing their place. If he sees any runners, he'll give them the salute or up. So yeah, if he doesn't see anything that sets off any alarms, he will scamper back down, and he will start making breakfast. He'll make extra, and after everything's done, the leftovers he'll just set out on the sill, on the window for the boys and girls, I guess, little ones.
So as you're doing this, Seren would be the next to awaken up, since her bedding is in the kitchen. You are saying this because it's an archway. It's not like there's any doorway blocking the kitchen as you see Ryker is making breakfast.
You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Hi. How you doing?
How's the armor?
Still on me. So there's that.
Can you take it off?
No. Not yet. I'm still seeking options.
The ritual didn't take?
No, I'm afraid it didn't.
They seemed so certain that it would work.
Well, apparently this armor's a little more cursed than we originally thought, and it was too much for their clerics.
Can't you get like a scroll for that sort of thing?
You probably could. But, fresh out.
From the kitchen, you hear.
There's a reason I'm not blue anymore.
We need to find you another curse removal scroll of removing curses.
I've got a priest of my own god coming here in the morning. I don't mind. He's
You told him where we live.
a priest of mine, my own clergy.
I don't know that.
Well, I'll be happy to go out on the porch.
I trust you that you trust them, but the less people that know about this place, the better.
I won't bring him inside. That won't be.
The location is.
It's an apartment, right? It's an address.
I always assumed it was kind of like a townhouse or something like that.
Yeah, kinda
Like, it was like a row house. It was like part of like a row house or something like that. Yeah.
They don't need to know who it belongs to or
That's
who resides inside.
Discretion is key for our circles. Anyway, bacon.
Thank you.
At bacon, I wake up.
And as you're waking up and you put the bacon to your mouth, it just tastes like ash.
You took bacon away from him?
Did I?
Evil!
I thought that was a comment on my cooking. Yeah, no.
To you, it's bacon.
Yeah.
To him, it tastes like ash.
You took away bacon?
That is
Monster!
When Gavyn walks into the room, would I happen to notice his hammer?
It's missing.
Oh, that's right. His isn't there yet. Okay. When his hammer does end up on his person again, that
you'll
is something
notice.
that I would want to say something about as well as your scimitar, Ephraim.
When I wake up, I immediately begin preparing what I'm muted.
Which one?
the one that'll be important later.
Well, that's the thing. They could all be important at some point or another. We're gonna go with. We'll do. I guess weariness.
So, where'd you go? You wanted to go speak to your god or your priests, or
I'm checking
were they
out
not
Rynn.
able to help you then?
I was trying to find where
Full 8 hours.
Don't disturb her.
the Temple of God could be. Apparently, there isn't technically one here. But I did find another follower of God, a fellow blacksmith here that resides within the city. Durgar. Hard-headed fucker. Decent.
Did we see? I forget. I know he did.
We saw a different blacksmith, I think.
You saw an elven blacksmith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I would probably take to even more offense. But
Oh yeah, you'll know it distinctly as elven.
So he's a decent dwarf though, and after a night of drinking and forging, we came to agreement, and he's gonna seek out a priest for me. Hopefully that priest can do something.
I'll deal with.
Yeah.
Does it have to be a priest of Gon to deal with whatever it is you've got?
It doesn't have to, but it didn't seem to help me, so I'm hoping that my own god can.
Right. Did he give you a timetable for that?
Just sometime in the morning.
I also.
With the gift that I gave him, I imagine he would rather expedient with repaying
Yeah, what'd you give?
the nice great axe.
Was his great axe, was it?
Have a great axe.
I don't. Ryker,
No,
Ryker doesn't keep track of that shit.
I made one last night.
You made a whole axe last night.
Yeah, I can kind of do that.
You never told me this.
I'm really good at making stuff.
And you spent all of that money looking.
Do not remember me fixing your hammer that you had broke in half in like a matter of an hour?
You spent all that gold.
No, wait. What?
I come out of the room at this and I'm like,
And you see the scimitar has changed on his hip.
no, I've got two.
Yeah, you had 2. One has changed.
No, I
No.
only had one prior.
He bought a new one.
I bought a new
bought
one.
Would I
Yeah.
recognize it as Dunmar's work? Since I just spent the entire night in
Yes.
his
I mean, he's
forge?
probably got like a stamp or something.
Right.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for your axe
Hammer.
hammer?
I'll be back. And I'm going to go to the blacksmith.
So then,
Wait, hold on.
So
Don't
then I'll
forget
look
breakfast.
So then I'll look at Ephraim.
Good call. Bacon.
Huh?
And it tastes like bacon.
What's
to you.
that on
Is
your
it
back?
good bacon?
Oh, it's good bacon. You made
It's on my side.
excellent bacon.
Okay, on your side.
Bravo, Ryker.
Scimitar?
Hmm.
Found a great crafter. He does excellent
Yeah,
work.
Dunmar, right?
Yes, you met him too.
Yeah, I did.
Yes. Great deal off of it.
Yeah, how much did you pay?
Actually, in the end, once our transaction was done, he paid me.
Well, you know you could have gotten a masterwork version of that for free from me.
You need to tell us these things.
You weren't here.
I'm a blacksmith. Why are you guys off gallivanting, meeting other fucking blacksmiths?
Do you have a forge?
It wasn't my
I don't need a forge, Ephraim. A little thing you might not know about me. I fixed his hammer without one.
I wasn't there for that.
Come on.
What'd you say?
You guys are forging around now.
Oh, that's
You saw other blacksmiths behind my back? I can't believe you! After all we've done together.
And I bet they had dirty forges too.
Yeah.
Well, you know one did.
You were already at the other one. You were already at Dunbar's. You know how dirty it was. On that note, should you have a chance, I could use some better armor.
We'll see about
Is
it.
there such a thing as masterwork armor? I don't think so.
Not technically in this system, but it'll have some advantages.
Alright.
And I'd have to roll high enough during my training.
We are going to put you to work.
You spend your morning getting to the Dwarven District, where you arrive to the Elven Forge just off on the edge, past the dwarves. As you arrive in, the elf is clearly already at work. They only need 4 hours of meditation a night. As you enter in and the bell chimes, he says, 1 second, and he returns around from the corner to the familiar face. He says, you are here.
Sir.
Wonderful. I have your hammer just finished.
fantastic.
Let me go get it real quick. And he leaves for a second and returns it wrapped nicely in a
He
leaf
worked so
material.
quickly. You should give him a tip for working so quick.
I don't have a tip.
It's not at all.
I remember because I gave him all of my monies.
I hand over the 75 gold.
No, we already paid it.
You already paid it.
Oh, I didn't have it
Did
marked
any of
off.
us go
Okay,
with him? Because I feel like I would have gone with him. I'm so insulted that I would want to see
You were
where
to the left out the door while you were.
Yep, while you were yelling at
You didn't know
Ephraim.
why he was leaving, though.
That's true.
Yeah,
well,
you had no idea.
I could have gathered it from the context. How much did you spend for that hammer? I'll be right back. And then he takes off.
Listen, maybe he just needed to go take a piss. It's morning, man. He was holding it all night. You know?
He's at work. That'd be big. The bladder, you naughty fuck.
Sorry, that was more for the audience.
I was saying the ladder, naturally.
Okay. So I hand him the gold, and I don't hand him the gold. I take a look at the work. How does it look?
Excuse me. It looks good. The silver-headed hammer with the elven filigree of your wife's name and your son's name engraved upon it.
Is it like welded on, or just kind of made and then slipped over?
It looked like he, almost as if he dipped it repeatedly in silver to where it formed perfectly over the hammerhead. And you even notice on the handle going down are faint leaves and vine, like engravings.
So beautiful.
It really is. It's beautiful work.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is what you paid 75 gold for, by the way.
I shall speak of your work in the future.
Please do.
Thank you.
I did leave my stamp upon the base of the handle.
What does that look like?
You know the leaf of Gloria? Basically that.
I need
My own words. Well, it is beautiful work, and I thank you.
Indeed. We can, even the elves can have good craftsmanship too. So don't you forget.
Of course. Good day.
Good day.
As I head back to the house, I'm kind of looking at it. With my knowledge of breaking things, could I remove the silver?
What?
I know
The whole
he's
point-
pissed.
The whole point is to not break the silver off.
The whole point was to get it silver.
So there's no removing it.
I mean, you could, but you might break the hammer at the same time. It is possible, but you could break the hammer too.
Silver is like interwoven. It's like marble.
Yeah.
It's beautiful work. Beautiful. So androgynous.
Alright, I guess I'm just gonna go back to the apartment.
Remember, you wanted this. This is what
After I was done talking to them, I would have gone outside of the apartment so that I could wait on the priest.
As you are waiting
With
out,
some ale, some mad.
It's not even like
Ephraim would have left to swing by whoever would collect rent type things. She wants to stop by like apothecary type thing. While we're going, she would then have her me looking around, poking into people's houses or whatever. Casually.
Gotcha. I'll roll to see what she finds. I get it.
that's a quest we gotta figure out.
Let's see. I made these tables for this very purpose.
What's the latest on those leaves, by the way? I forget.
That'll be
Before.
She finds a pinch or one use of Vaudère. But she doesn't know what it is. So let me pull up the actual book so I can get a description.
Right.
While you guys are doing that, let's step out for a second.
Understood. It shouldn't take too long. It's very quick. Vaudère. It is. She brings back she finds a tiny purple flower. As you guys are passing Ryker. Now, yes. That's true.
Oh, I was just thinking of other things I wanted to talk to the order about.
As you,
I would have relayed what I was.
and
Are you is Seren going with you?
Yeah.
Alright, then I'll stay with Rynn. Somebody's got it.
So, as you are having time, Rynn's simply sleeping right now. She's getting her full 8 hours.
Perfect.
You are given time to read Sirris's note.
Oh, yeah, the note. Sure.
The note explains how there is an issue within the sewers.
Okay. Kind of issue.
Something happened to the Utalog within the city that eats the refuse. And now,
Garbage monster.
yeah, something happened to it and it's died.
Uh-oh.
And now refuse is starting to pile up, and the sewers are getting more dangerous because of it. If you could find the source of what killed the Utalog, good. If you could find a replacement for it, if you could figure out a way to make sure that another Utalog won't be killed, even better.
So, I need to wrangle an Utalog to
No,
give to
You
the
need
city?
to get rid of whatever killed it.
Right. And then what?
And then the city should naturally wrangle it.
Would the city not do that normally?
Well, they probably do. But this is coming from Cyrus. And he's putting it in such a way that it's impeding his work.
So it's not so much that he wants another Utalog, he just wants the sewers to be cleared up.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sewers to be safer again.
Sure. Okay. And is there any indication, is this just like a trust building mission? Is this a
Basically, when you talk with him, yeah, it's a trust building mission. Do this, I might trust you a little more.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Understood. Cool. Right. Cool. Cool.
So
Yeah, I'll just hang out with Rynn, and
as we get back to Vulas, who is on the porch drinking.
you're just on the porch. I'll hang out. If you're just on the porch, I'll
Yeah,
hang out.
I was just outside the door.
You're drinking, waiting on the priest. When you hear in your head, Darius? I suddenly can't remember the name. Davros. Speaking to you. Do you think this priest will help? Seems like a good move.
I'm open. I really need this armor off, man. I don't.
You just hear him talking to himself.
No, I'm telecommunicating.
Yeah, no. You're speaking
I
out
thought
loud.
that we could speak telepathically to each other.
Okay, fine. I was thinking it would have been funnier if you were just talking to
I
me.
mean, I might be like muttering to myself.
Riker's talking to you this whole time, and you're just like,
But
Bitching about Rynn and Gavyn.
it would probably be greater success. I mean, this is one of your faith.
Agreed. I just Bahamut, owed me a little something, so I figured I'd try that out first.
And it was worth a shot, and it's actually shocking that it didn't work. But, it happens, especially with something this evil.
Yeah,
So,
where'd you get that armor again? I forget.
we got it from that
Death Knight.
that Death Knight that was in the
Oh, yeah.
our first big fight.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay.
So what? Were you actually still talking at me while I was doing this?
I mean, I might have started talking, and then you were, ghosting him. So it's like, all right, that's how you want to do it. Fine, whatever.
but as you're ghosting, something is starting to catch your eye, glimpse light being reflected off as, Gavyn coming back.
Do I see him on the porch?
Yes.
I would like to quickly try to put the hammer in the back of the trouser.
Hammer.
Did you get your hammer, Gavin?
As soon as
I have it like this.
Okay.
I have it like this. You
Like
know,
a huge head, right above you.
it's try to keep it low. It's the strangest thing. He said he couldn't get it done.
Oh, I'm insight checking the fuck out of that.
You're telepathically talking.
Got advantage.
Of course.
18.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I thought
you
he said
see
that
it's-
you would have
I
it.
don't even try deception.
He's clearly trying to hide it.
I thought you said
Let
that.
me see it, Gavin. I'll take it from him. And the first thing I notice, what kind of flowery fuck did you go see?
He was, he was just a guy. And try to take it back.
Listen, he gave a very good price.
He did.
He did not give a very good price. It was very expensive.
What'd you pay, Gavin?
Look at how beautiful
It is beautiful work. It is beautiful work. You should be very proud of it. It looks
Woman.
wonderful. Pay him no mind. I think it looks beautiful.
Davros is kind of like, is that a little sexist?
Even our dwarven daughters wouldn't flaunt something this pretty.
Pay him no mind, Gavin. I think it's very you.
I gotta figure out which one to address.
What's that on the head there? Is that some?
That
sigil?
is his signature. Stamp.
What is that a name or what?
Oh,
What's-
that? That is my wife and son.
What did you put it in like some language or something, or was it just in common?
Just come.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
so
it's-
okay. So
It's it's in common, but it's like wavy and pretty, like elf script.
Got it. Okay, so I mean, I know your wife and son's name, so I would recognize.
I'm still judging it just because A, it wasn't me, and B, it was an elf that did it. Does it actually? Huh?
You don't know?
I wouldn't be able to tell
But
from
it
like the
looks elven.
design. Yeah.
Yeah.
So does it
Someone
at least
studied
look like
the
it was
elven
well
ways of
crafted?
smithing.
Oh yeah, it's nicely crafted. And of course it's done in silver.
Right. At least he wasn't terrible, but I'd like to see the next time you try to intimidate something with something so pretty.
I think
I don't do the intimidating with the hammer. The hammer is what comes after the intimidating.
Still might not help.
Don't need it to.
Gavyn, don't listen to him. I think it's beautiful.
Don't be so mean. Rude.
Why you gotta be so rude?
Rude.
So
Just listen, Gavin. He's just really pissy because he can't taste bacon anymore.
Wouldn't you be?
As you and Seren are walking, by the way, to walking home from the rent, or you're going to the rent?
Yeah, I would have been going to there to address the issue of the shipment involving my funds not being brought.
Because you still would normally pay your rent.
It only costs like a couple of gold. I can't imagine.
I don't know
that
how
much.
much it costs.
It was only about 2 gold a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's
we're
fine. Yeah. Yeah, so I'd go to pay that, and then
Like
I'd
we're
swing
living
by
paycheck
the
to paycheck.
On your way to the apothecary, just roll me a dex check real quick.
Okay.
Do it. Is that
For both of us?
Just you.
Just me. Straight dex. That's a 1.
As you are walking down the street, someone is coming too close and basically, more than likely unintentionally, shoulder checks you into the ground and onto the dirt. He's cloaked, darker clothing. He stops, looks down at you, and offers a hand up. The hand is dried, worked. Clearly, it's a worker's hand. It is someone who has done some work with their hands before. It is tough looking as it helps you up. You look into the face of the person, and it's an older human. Beard, gray hair, dark brown hair with clear grays coming through, and he says, "Sorry about that," and continues walking. Afterward.
Insight?
Yeah.
Check. For stuff. That's a 20.
You think that shoulder check was on purpose?
Sarah, do you want to have some fun? Thought you'd never ask. Did Sarah notice anything additional? And I'm checking my pockets.
Roll perception, and you find that mutagen's gone.
Oh yeah, that mother. She saw nothing. So immediately begin chasing. Keep going after.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
For both, or advantage because we're both?
Advantage for 1 or 2, or both. Your choice. Either way, you're rolling 2 dice.
19.
You see he's heading into a crowd. You rush towards him, and he is darting into the crowd. Go ahead and roll me a dex check to try and keep up.
And Seren would have Mermaid try to assist them all.
Okay.
Keeping up with it.
What's the speed of?
I don't know.
I think it's like 25 feet. I remember right.
And then this is Seren.
But it has a climb speed, so it might be
So my dex check is 5, and hers is 13.
We'll give her advantage because she's small.
Okay. Still 13.
Okay. You see he's heading towards the Fountain of a Thousand Songs plaza, but the crowds are starting to gather on this day, and you try to shove past a few, but kind of get rebuffed and you can't make it through. Go ahead and make another perception check to see if you can still see him.
It's a 21.
Yep, you are not losing sight of him as you are pushing your way. He's a good 100 feet away, but you still have line of sight on him. Go ahead and try to make a strength check this time to get through the crowd.
That's a natural 20.
Yeah, you push through the crowd as he is now stopped for a second in the dead of the square, as you now are on the one end of it and he's in the center. What are you doing? Are you going to...
So is he within 90 feet of Seren?
Yeah.
She casts sleep.
Go ahead and roll those d8s.
Probably second level just to make sure it goes.
Roll those d8s.
Can you designate creatures with sleep? Or is it just,
It's just an area, but it starts with the lowest hit point pool and then goes up.
So, but I mean, if it's like a, X foot cube and there's like 20 villagers in it, can you say, I want to...
I'm going to say, yeah, you can pick the start of it and work on it, work its way down.
Okay.
So, yeah. So you can say, I want just him, and it'll focus all of its effort on him if it does that. Or not. If it doesn't take all of it, then it'll move to the next person, the next person.
Okay.
Until the pool runs.
Yeah, because I thought you were right. I thought it started at lowest and went up. I was like, oh crap, some like old lady's going to fall asleep.
He's going to spend 1 meta magic to power it.
How many d8s is it, by the way?
It is 8.
Oh, okay.
8 d8 at second level. Or 7 d8. Sorry.
Pass me that. Give time to think.
Oh, and she did not surge. Ephraim he doesn't have any kind of range thing. He would, if there was a guard nearby, would try to point him out real quick, but otherwise he's focusing on trying to get.
Yeah, Seren casts her spell, and he just kind of checks his wrist and just keeps walking.
Ephraim's continuing to chase him.
Roll me another dex check.
17.
You manage to... You're like 10 feet away from him now at this point, as you finally just about caught up to him. What are you doing?
I try to full on grab him.
Roll me an athletics check. Perform a grapple.
12.
he just dances around you, and
Is he attacking me?
yeah, you feel the pommel of his sword hit you in the back of the head.
As he's going to attack me, I say less in Abyssal, and he's making that attack at disadvantage.
Well, the shitty roll was what I rolled first, and that still was enough to hit.
Okay, cool.
So, and he just says, in Abyssal, back to you, you got a skill, boy. And he pummels your head.
For how much damage?
See, as you will also feel ice come over it. 15 damage. 4 of which was ice. And he does that, and his sword actually never came out of its sheath as he's still walking. He just danced, bash, and kept going.
That's mine. Back.
He holds out the vial. No, boy. You took something from me, so now I will take something.
Sarah's gonna cast Infestation.
Okay, is that a saving throw?
That is a saving throw. Constitution, I believe.
Okay. Succeeds. I know Seren's DC.
Okay. I was just trying to double check with the. Alright.
Backstory.
I'm going to give this stupid gun. Very loudly shout, "You stole something from me, give it back," and pull out the hand crossbow. And bonus action, get the cold damage on it
Okay.
and fire it at it.
Roll an attack.
That's a 20.
That actually will hit.
Was it D6 plus whatever?
D6 plus 8, 4, right?
Yeah, for a hand crossbow, it's D4.
The hand crossbow is D6 on damage.
Oh.
D4 for the
Nice.
so that's going to be 10 points of piercing. 10 points total, 2 of which is.
He now has the quiver in his shoulder as you note some guards are coming by. He looks over his shoulder and he says, "You really don't want this boy."
Do I recognize him at all or no?
No, because the book had no one was around the book. So you do not recognize him. But he's been speaking to Abyssal to you this whole time.
Yeah.
You can keep it for now.
Hydrogen is not worth this.
Does he still have the mutagen out?
No.
Is he referring to the book?
Yeah.
You're outnumbered, just surrender.
All for a... He just pulls the vial back out as the guards come up, and
He pulls it out. Oh, he's going to drop it.
he drops it and steps on it, shattering it.
That's fine. It's good enough for me.
I can make it better. So all he says, as he just keeps walking. You watch as the guards do catch up to him. And you watch the fight unfold, and he kills every single one. 10 guards came to him, and he killed every single one.
Like with his fists?
one scimitar, but he never let it come out of his sheath.
Let him have it.
This is
I'm gonna
out of
back
your
off.
league.
Let him have it.
We leave.
Did you get a name?
No name. I got a face though.
Well, I bet you the runners that I had with you got a face too.
Yeah, they got a face.
Yeah.
So I leave, and we head back to the apothecary.
So,
We knew this day would come.
back at the house,
Checking on Rynn again.
she is only finally starting to wake up.
Excellent.
As she's yawning and sniffing her clothes, is like, ugh. And starts waving her fingers
That's
over
my
and
cloak.
I hand her a piece of bacon and say, this smells better.
she's just gnawing on it.
Thank Ryker, he cooked it.
Really good. She says in Infernal.
Bacon sounds like an infernal.
It's all nasty.
No back.
Sausage would be late.
Interesting.
So, but after she finishes eating, you watch her prepare a strange morning ritual that you've never seen before, as she is literally slicing her wrists.
Whoa.
I separate her hands. What are you doing?
Get off of me!
Like with a knife? Does she have like a weapon or?
Yeah, she has a knife.
What are you doing?
I need to do this, and
What?
Why? Try to hold on.
Why?
She's gonna shock me again, ain't she?
you see her as she had gathered a bowl before her, and she's dripping the blood slowly into the bowl.
You know what? It's been a weird week, do you?
Are you still watching?
I am. Ryker is fascinated with.
Still watching, I just...
Ryker is fascinated with pretty much anything Rynn at this point. She's an interesting character.
As she is doing this, she is speaking in Draconic, so you have no clue what actual words she is saying. But eventually, the blood swirls in the bowl, and then streams back into her wrists,
That's a
and
neat trick.
they heal on their own.
Neat.
Then what was that?
It was blood quickening.
What does that mean?
It is a morning ritual I was told to never forget.
Who?
And then she just says true words in Draconic that you have no idea what they stand for. I will get this translated by Arok and Rynn and Maul.
What does it do?
It's, I don't know.
You just know you have to do it,
Yes.
and you follow that blindly.
Yeah.
Interesting. Have you ever tried not doing that?
I feel weird, dirty inside.
Okay.
Ryker. A word.
Yes. What? What do you want? What's wrong with your neck?
Damn it, Finn. Just outside. A word.
You mean with
Inside or outside?
You mean
I'm
with
still
Vulas?
outside.
You mean with Vulas?
Yes. We need to talk to Vulas. Now.
Okay, I think he's.
We'll be
busy.
right back, Rynn.
Yeah, I'm going to see if there's any more ale.
There.
Feel free. Out now.
What is it?
The hell was that?
You know as much as I do.
I know that you're much more knowledgeable in the world than I am.
I've never seen a single thing that looks like that.
I insight check him.
Yeah?
I'm sure you don't. Doesn't matter. I don't know.
He's never seen a thing that looks like that. Listen, I know quite a few things, and I have been to quite a few places, but you have to remember.
Like other forgeries!
You're right there next to him.
I wasn't sure how far away I was.
You're right there next to him.
Okay. I would have just mumbled that to myself.
Like other forgeries.
She is not of this world. She is other. She is the last of her kind. No one has seen the likes of her for millennia. I am just. I feel like this is beyond me. I feel like this is beyond.
It's beyond us all.
All of us, and I am doing everything I know. I'm doing what I know I am good at, which is asking questions and getting information. But that girl is an enigma. She drives me crazy.
So what do we do about it?
Asking questions. Make sure she doesn't run off. Keep her hidden. Keep her safe. Keep her fed. Keep
What
her
is the
happy.
end goal of all this?
The end goal for something, the end goal for her is the same thing with all treasures, is to keep it out of the hands of the wrong people. Now, I agree, we have no idea who the right and wrong people are right now.
And as you guys are saying this, though, a saffron-robed individual is coming towards your home. They seem to have a sash across them that looks like a tool belt, and a great that looks like a tool sash, like it's covered. It has tools held on the sash, and a great ringlet belt around. At the center of it, though, you note a teethed gear with 4 sprockets on it, the symbol of Gone.
Mm-hmm. So, I wait.
Are you Brother Vulas Tular?
Yes.
I am Dimson, as the now hood-removed human stands there bowing to you. I was told by Brother Dunmar that you needed aid.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a pleasure to meet you.
I bow back at him.
Indeed, you are. It is clear divine inspiration is with you. I saw your work. Most fascinating and fantastic.
Thank you.
You guys are hearing this as this has interrupted your own conversation.
Will you be able to get the flippin' armor off of him?
Is that what you are needing aid with?
Yes, I was getting to that. Thank you, Ryker. This armor is cursed, and I've been stuck with it for some time now.
Well, yes, we can certainly try. Well, do you have space where we can try and perform the ritual?
Do we, Ryker?
Do I, Ryker, what?
Do we have space where we can perform the ritual?
Yes. What sort of space do you require?
Just an open space. Doesn't need to be anything fancy, but you will want to have cover. I mean, we don't want to be out in the open. If this works, you'll be removing the armor down to whatever is beneath it.
I'm not shy.
I am sure of that. We don't want the guards on us either.
I suppose that's true.
Yes. Follow me to. No, he's not going in. He's not going inside. No. Yes. If you don't require too big of a space, I can just take him to like a small safe house or that.
You can take him to the jug. And rent him.
Yeah, or the jug. I didn't know how far away the jug really was.
It's about 20-minute walk.
Yeah, that or yeah, the jug works. I can take you there.
Stay with Rynn.
Or even better, I can give you directions. Even better, I'll give you directions to the jug and say, talk to Asgore. He's albino, right?
He's an albino tiefling.
Asgore?
Talk to Asgore, Asgore. Talk to Asgore. You can't miss him. He will be behind the bar.
Looks like a goat man.
He's a tiefling.
He's a tiefling, but he looks like a goat man.
He's a tiefling. You can't miss him. Tell him that Ryker sent you and that you need a room for just a minute, or for as long as you. And he will take care of him.
Yeah, I know exactly what
What?
you're thinking. I'm gonna show up with another dude in a robe and be like, hey, I
Ask
need
for a room by the hour.
Ryker has sent me.
My brain
Listen,
did
you
not
know,
go there.
I said, there are any number of reasons why Ryker would send people anywhere.
Okay.
So you guys also always assume the worst. Shame on you all.
So,
You get to the jug as you see the giant of a tiefling, at least 7 feet tall.
Is he really that big?
Yeah, he's tall. He's
Wow.
big.
Okay.
7 feet
Damn.
tall.
It's a big
White
dude.
horns going down, golden hair. Nice tail with a little furred tip at the end. His little gold goatee and mustache going on. As he turns and looks to you. Hello, how can I help you?
Asgore, I presume.
Indeed, one and the same.
I'm a friend of Ryker's, and he requested that we could use a room for a little while.
All right. Being a friend of Ryker's, how long do you need the room?
Maybe a couple hours.
2 copper, and we'll say it's even.
I'll toss him a gold.
All righty. You got it for the day.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. As you are given the key to your room, and we can now perform the ritual.
Okay. I can't remember from last time. Were these saving
Holy
throws
These
or
were
ability
religion.
checks?
Holy
Ability
ma!
Then, as we're getting ready to start,
They are religion ability checks.
I would cast guidance first on him, and then again
There-
on myself.
Okay.
It's a minute.
Lasts up to a minute, but they're cantrips, so I can repeatedly cast it. Yeah.
Go ahead. So you begin stripping what clothes you can down to the base armor. As you see him starting to inscribe a circle in chalk around you.
You got this, buddy. You can do it.
He then comes up and places his hands on your shoulder, starts to chant one of Gon's prayers. Go ahead and roll a religion check. Cleric is bad at religion.
Fuck. That's because it all went into like forgery and
Yeah, I know.
healing. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use my guidance. Help a whole lot. That's 8.
You feel Gon's glow and warmth upon you as the divine inspiration is taking your mind. Thoughts of another axe come to your brain. Sword, no, glaive of sorts. As his prayers intensify, go ahead and roll another religion check.
Okay. Before I do so, I cast guidance on myself again.
Okay.
And then I would also like to call on Dabris to join us and see if he can assist us at all.
Okay.
Yeah. Not any better. Okay, so that's 10.
We're never getting this.
No, I know.
As the chanting continues, Dabris comes down from Elysium, shining ball, the Archon lantern there, offering his own words into the chant and the prayer. The glow within seeming to grow smaller. the dark glow seeming to grow smaller as Gon's light seems to be growing. Go ahead and roll one more religion check.
Okay, I'm gonna pop the wings.
Advantage on this one.
Guidance again. Oh my god! Okay, that's a
Fucking low weight.
Oh my god!
that's a 6. No, a 7. That's a 7. I rolled a 3 and a 5.
Oh.
I'm giving you. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Maybe,
Dude, I'm throwing everything I've got out of
maybe
myself.
you're just meant to have this armor forever.
Oh god, I hope not.
You're the big bad.
It's okay, Anthony. The dice said what the dice said.
I know, and I'm thinking this.
I'm dumping divinity on myself, and this is not helping at all.
You take 33 points of damage, as the ritual doesn't take.
Alright. Alright, let me do another roll.
Suddenly, the curse redoubles. Suddenly, all healing is halved.
You're now Death Knight.
How's that for a good character arc?
You feel the priest now starting to pull at the straps of the armor as Davros continues the chant. The chalk circle starting to almost glow in your eyes. And you feel flesh tearing from your shoulders as the straps come off and the plate peels from you. You take 9 damage
Okay.
You flayed right now?
as your skin is being flayed. Make one more religion check.
Still with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got the wings, buddy.
And
You-
guidance.
You're touching
throwing
yourself as you're being
everything at it.
flayed alive.
Hey! Natural fucking 20.
Okay.
Plus 5.
Sweet, you don't die. You still got the armor.
A light from the skin that has been peeled off of you seems to shine out as if your divine essence from your father, from God, who knows, is shining from you like a beacon as the armor is now propelled off of your body and slams against the wall.
Still flayed?
He's still flayed,
Oh yeah, no, I've
Does it flay the
I'm
rest of
hurting.
but an idea crosses your mind. Something that has never been done before. Something that has to be brought to this world. Something new. Something different. Something powerful. And I'll tell you what that is. As we return to the house.
Oh, I want to know what it is. What's up there? No, tell
This
us.
is gonna
Gavyn.
be Discord.
Tell us what happens. Tell the audience must know.
Gavyn.
Oh, we were still talking about the.
Yeah, you were still in the middle of talking as you and Ryker are continuing talking about Rynn as Arok is starting to approach the house.
Era.
Was
that the?
that was the guy who helped us?
Yeah, the Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of him and Maul, right?
Maul's not with him, but yeah, Arok is there.
Right.
Do you have
We'll talk about this later.
Gavyn, as he's shouting to you as he's getting close. We have word from our city. We might have found an elf woman and an elf boy.
Where?
Kano.
Where is Connell?
In the center of the Azure Deserts. A good month's travel away. And that's where we'll end the session tonight.
No!
It's early! What? It's early!
Come on,
Don't forget, I do have to be up at 4 in the morning, so this is
Come here to me!